Happy New Year! Welcome back to Live Well with aromatherapist Jerby Ko. So for this season, season 2, we will be focusing our episodes on different passions. For today's episode, I have invited one of my very good blogger friends. She's also a professional makeup artist who took her studies in South Korea. She's known as Beauty by Tally on the internet, and she's no other than Cristel Yap. Hi Tel, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks. Chill lang. Taking it one day at a time.
So before anything else, please naman introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi guys, my name is Cristel. I'm at Beauty by Tally on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And like Jerby, I also run my podcast. It's called Mindful Makeup.
Ang galing, oo nga eh. When did you start ulit yung mindful makeup? You started it way earlier than I did.
I think it was late last year. Like, wala lang kasi I noticed, Jerby, di ba, parang with the quarantine, people were kind of getting bored at home. Tapos, some people were isolating by themselves and they wanted like some chatty kind of background content na YouTube was too demanding kasi you have to watch it, you have to look at it, and then you have to listen. But with with podcast, di ba parang ito, chill lang, chika-chika.
Correct, I agree. Tsaka sa YouTube, ang hirap din, di ba, may editing, you have to look good and everything.
Yeah, tayo ngayon.
Nakapangbahay lang tayo. Chill na chill. Alright. So before anything else, I invited you today kasi I wanted our listeners to learn a thing or two from you because I know you've been in the blogging world for years now. Perhaps decades. Parang magka-batch tayo. But I think I met you formally because when I was handling Virginia Olsen, the makeup brand. Tama ba?
Yes! Yeah. Oh my gosh, ikaw pala yun.
No, I'm the marketing manager then at that time. Tapos si Hazel yata yung nagko-contact sa inyo. So that's how I formally knew you as a blogger. Tapos grabe, ang tagal na nun. Naghahalongkat tayo ngayon sa baul.
Oo nga eh. Oh my God. And Virginia Olsen, I never knew. Parang when I have like stuff from them or attend events, parang ano lang, hindi ko alam na ikaw pala yun. Akala ko guest ka lang din.
Hindi, si Hazel yun. Si Hazel yung nagko-contact sa inyo. I just oversee kung sino yung mga tinatap niya, ganon. Tapos ang galing kasi even I think that was 12 years ago. Ang galing mo na mag-makeup. Tapos yun nga, you are one of the talaga na parating nasa list namin kasi we really like those na talagang may skill to blend because mineral makeup is so much more challenging than regular makeup, diba?
Yes.
Kasi siya loose and stuff. So yun nga, I wanted sana our listeners to learn from you kasi from a blogger, a content creator, now you're a professional makeup artist. Can you walk us through that? Paano napunta doon?
So actually, this is a funny story, Jerby, kasi in my youth naman, I've always liked makeup. Like, bata pa lang ako. But, growing up in a Catholic school background, we were never allowed to use it, diba? Alam mo naman na, from grade school, syempre bawal dahil bata ka. High school, it's like Catholic high school. So you're not allowed to wear anything, even face powder. Halos sila, bantay sarado sila doon. Lip gloss can't be tinted, as in yung kailangan yung clear lang. And even if it was too shiny, sometimes you would get reprimanded for it. So I really had no avenue for this side of myself until college. Na ano lang naman din ako, minimal lang na naman ako kasi hindi air-conditioned yung school namin. So, ayoko mag-makeup kasi mahuhulas lang siya. So, to myself, I've always thought that it would be a background interest na lang siya. I thought it would be a hobby, something I would do in my free time. But then when I started working, I started to explore more and more of the beauty world. And I started a blog which I would work on after my 9 to 5 job.
Mm-mm.
But nung inano ko siya, nung sinimulan ko siya, there came a point na sobrang ayaw ko na yung work ko. Even if I didn't have any serious or big deliverable for the day, I would feel like so down. Yung parang ayaw mo nang pumasok sa office. Kahit, alam mo
Mm-mm.
yun, kahit walang hinihingi sa'yo. And then, conversely, for the makeup side, the blogging side, like kahit wala ko exposure sa parang media or magazines, parang I was so willing to learn to try to write like a beauty magazine and to learn how to take photos. Tapos, pag uwi ko ng work, pagod na pagod ako from work. Pero kahit mas marami akong gagawin from my blog, parang I felt so much energy and I felt so much gas for doing it. Until eventually, 4 years working, na-realize ko na I cannot live like this, looking forward to my uwian and to the
Mm-mm.
weekends, 'di ba? Parang this is not the way to live. So, behind my parents' backs, I I studied options for makeup schools abroad
Mm-mm.
kasi mahirap dito sa Pilipinas, our makeup artists are not actually licensed. Daig
Right.
pa siya, 'di ba? Daig pa siya ng manicurists. Manicurists are
Oo.
actually licensed. Tapos makeup hindi. Although kasi sa manicure may bloodborne pathogens na inaalalayan kasi you cut on the
Correct.
on the skin. But then similarly, dapat meron din sa makeup kasi you work with the mucous
Your eyes.
membranes.
Oo, tama.
Eyes, daming infections niyan.
Correct.
And as you know, even massage therapists, 'di ba, ano din 'yan, license din 'yan. So parang feeling ko yung mga school dito, baka baka kulang sila kasi the infrastructure itself does not exist. So I searched ang ano ko kasi, ang amor ko nasa Asian beauty. So naningin ako ng school sa Japan, Taiwan, ayan, mga fashion capital talaga, Hong Kong, ganun. And in the end, because K-beauty was what was really influential in my life. Sa Korea ako
Mm-mm.
nag-settle. Tapos, ayun na, na siya, dun na nag-pick up yung working on my passion. I took up Korean classes in Korea itself
Oo nga.
para maintindihan ko yung makeup classes ko. Tapos, yun, ang dami-daming papeles na ilalakad. Behind my parents' back, nilakad ko lahat ng papeles na kinuha ko yung mga transcripts ko, ang dami kasi nating requirement, Jerby, kasi, parang sa Korea, na-shock din ako na nung nag-a-apply ako sa school ko, there was a list of 21 countries
Mm-hmm.
na yung requirements mo, doble ng the rest of the world.
At isa tayo doon.
Nandun tayo.
Oh my
nagulat
God.
ako. alam mo yung hurt ko for Pilipinas na, yung mga kasama natin, mga Uzbekistan, yung mga war-torn African countries and Middle Eastern countries. Tapos parang ako, wow, ganito pala yung status ng Pilipinas. It was eye-opening din for me na parang, ang dami kong kailangang patunayan. Shocks.
Pero grabe, I think you gained a lot of admiration from a lot of the bloggers here. Mas lalo na din sa mga kabatch mo here kasi, wow, that's really a great feat. Parang someone, bigla na lang, 1 year almost or more than a year ka rin nag-relocate there.
1.5.
Diba? Ang tagal din. So parang, to me, it was really inspiring kasi wow, ang galing mo naman, Tel. Kasi parang it's kind of hard to parang block yourself away from your home country and just be anywhere. And number 2, it's kind of hard to study Korean language. I've never really learned it. Parang sa how many years I've been there, back and forth. I go to Korea almost every year, sometimes thrice a year. Hindi ko talaga matutunan yung language. And that's one of the things that's holding me back from taking my aromatherapy course from Korea kasi parang, oh my God, iintindihin ko pa yung language niya. Wag na lang. How did you do it? Grabe.
Ang galing din nila mag-aromatherapy.
I know. It's it's a budding industry din there. Kasi nga, I always go there. Pero parang, my gosh, yung mga jewelry courses teacher ko nga, may bit-bit pa akong friend na translator kasi hindi ko talaga sila maintindihan. How long did you take the language for it to be sufficient para maintindihan mo yung mga technical terms? Kasi medyo mahirap din yun. I'm sure it's not just level 1.
Oo. Well, actually, slow learner ako because old na ako eh. I was 25. I was 25 when I came there, diba? Tapos alam mo naman, learning a second language, kahit nga bata ka mag-aral, it's so hard to pick up, diba? If yung Chinese nga, never ko na natutunan eh.
Ako sinoli ko lahat sa teacher yung Chinese.
Diba? After school, parang ang hirap na i-retain. But me, I never even learned. I only know few words, which is what my friends use around me. But I can't pick up Chinese conversations at all. Tapos, for Korean, I studied for 1 year. Pero slow learner ako. I think that you can survive at least 3 months, pwede na. But for me, I took up 1 year. At least conversational naman ako. Like, I can sit down with a Korean person and if I ask them not to use big words, especially about politics and economics, kaya naman.
Galing! Ako, ang alam ko lang, mashita. Ganyan. Kasi
yung sa mga K-drama.
Ako hindi. As in, masarap yung pagkain. Kasi para pag pinapakain nila ako, mashita. Puro ganun lang ako.
Kasi, I mean, okay lang. Kasi, naman, at least nandun na siya. In the context of what you need, you have those words. Ako nga, kaya ko rin ako slow learner. Kasi actually, a big secret, hindi ako masyadong mahilig sa K-drama.
Me too! Ako, hindi ako mahilig. I don't watch any.
Diba? So, wala tayong working knowledge na I'm not even familiar with the Korean before I came there. Yung tono, hindi ko masyadong alam. Like, the cadence, the accent, hindi ko alam. Tapos nainis ako, pagdating ko doon, kinuha ko na nga yung beginner's course. Pagdating ko pa, yung mga kasama ko, oh my God, bakit
marunong
mga alam na silang sabihin? May mga hasiyo man lang sila. Tapos ako, shit, wala talaga. Pero this has been very useful for me. Minsan, I feel like kind of funny kasi yung language ko was 1 year. Tapos yung makeup class ko 6 months lang. So, mas tagal pa ako nag-aral ng Korean. But it was so useful kasi when I came here, so I was promoting myself as a K-beauty makeup artist. I get inquiries for people who are fans of K-beauty. But occasionally, I get inquiries from actual Korean people living in the Philippines. Tapos, one time, meron production company na Korean staying in the Philippines. They asked me to work with them and they asked me if I could speak Korean. Sabi ko, yes, conversational. Tapos sinample lang ko siya. Siyempre, magmamayabang na tayo, gig to eh.
Oo.
Tapos so actually, if you are a beginner speaker, madali siyang ma-spot kasi the simplicity of the sentence structure, it's very basic. Parang kung English subject verb, ganun lang magsalita yung mga beginner level Koreans. So, pinakitaan ko siya ng onting grammar. So, ayun, they were impressed. And then, naging good working relationship ako with this production company such that when they bring yung mga smaller K-pop idols, yung mga hindi nagdadala ng kanilang specific makeup artist, they entrust it to me.
Galing.
Kasi it's so nice for them to have somebody who can translate for them. Kasi sobrang uncomfortable then for them that they want to connect and relate to the fans. Pero wala silang clue sa language. So yun din yung naging fun na advantage ko na buti nag-invest na rin ako sa language studies.
So Tel, speaking of investment, gaano kalaki yung investment na ginawa mo? I mean, from the time, let's talk about the time first. How long did you prepare for this? How long did you work behind your parents' back Tapos, aside from that, how much was it? Yung parang, you spent for the language course, you spent for the makeup course, of course, yung stay, yung, like a ballpark figure lang, yung stay, yung airfare and everything, your daily life there, how much was it? In case lang, some of our listeners would want to take the same path as you, to take a course abroad and plan to, pull themselves again and sumabak din, gaya ng ginawa mo.
Okay, so the biggest hurdle, I work backwards kasi
Sige.
gusto ko makapag-aral na makeup. So, the makeup classes there, varying lengths siya. But makeup education is not considered basic education. It's pag academic education kasi, you have a student visa. So, I was researching, anong visa ko? Hindi pala ako pwede sa student visa. So, the advice to me, no choice, tourist visa ka lang. Longest period is 3 months. So, if you will be tied by that, kailangan mong i-work around yung budget mo with the visa that's available to you then. So, I started with that. Pero gusto ko talaga yung long course kasi invest niya talaga. I took the 6 months. That meant that when my visa would expire on a weekend, I would have to take a trip outside the country and then come back. In time for my Friday ako aalis, Monday kailangan nasa Korea na ako ulit to resume my classes. So that was on my own dime kasi oh my God. Diba? Parang wala hindi ka pwedeng mag-overstay even for just 1 day.
Correct.
Oh, so that was the first problem. And to get that visa, you need certain documents. You need to have a chest x-ray pa nga.
Oh, wow.
Kasi TB risk tayo yung country natin. So that was weird to me. Tas for show money, I think iba-iba yung figures. I forgot what it was at the time, 2015, but you need show money. Tapos in your bank account, ganon. Then basta stuff about your identity din naman. So that was the first thing. And then staying there, if you want to take a one-room apartment. So the thing about Korea is the rent is kind of cheap.
Oh, wow. Saan ka nag-stay? Where in Seoul?
Dalawa ko. The first part was in Iwa. Actually, yung Iwa Women's University. So this is famous sa mga K-drama. Alam nila yan. I was near Ide. They're one of their biggest schools. Tapos, yung rent ko doon was 500 USD pag-converted per month.
Oh.
For the location, 5 minutes. Walk lang ako sa subway. For the location and the kind of place, kasi hindi rin siya yung super sick na. Meron silang mga goshewon na super tight nun. Halos kama lang at shower yung kasha. So, kung ako na medyo malaki, which was for 500. Super sulit compared to the prices that we get here. Ang presyo niya yung mga parang Ortigas apartments na super liit lang. But the kasi doon, the trade-off there is they require a huge deposit. So ito rin yung isa kong pinoblema. $10,000 yung deposit ng ganun ka-nice na place. If you go to a cheaper place, mas mura yung deposit. So, ito yung system nila kasi bumabawi sila sa deposit. 1 year nila i-keep yun for the time of your contract para nila, doon sila kumikita, not sa rent.
So you got it back pa rin naman, di ba, yung deposit?
Oo, okay. Walang problema. Like dito, yun nga, when my parents heard about it, kasi yun yung hiniram ko sa kanila. Yung 10,000.
Oo, $500,000 din yun. Oo nga eh.
Tapos when they were so worried na baka scam ka, ganyan. Tapos sabi ko, pina-explain ko sa Korean friend ko na no, it's really a system here. Na honest naman sila, you're gonna get it, no strings attached, ganun, hindi ka pahihirapan. And true enough, when I moved out, on that same day, they wired back the 10,000 deposit.
Galing.
So, ayun. So those are costs that you have to consider. If you go to a cheaper place, baka mga $350 yung medyo yung tipid na room na maliit, $250, $350. Ako pinili ko yung 500. And then for food, ang adjustment mo sa food is tayong Pilipino, ulam tayo, breakfast, lunch, dinner eh.
Correct.
But in Korean culture, ano pala siya? Splurge pala siya. Oo, but meat is not an everyday luxury. Special occasions ang meat. So pag nagki-KBBQ sila, it's actually like may something to celebrate.
Correct.
So ako, as a Pinoy na kanin ulam, gutom, yung binudget ko, kulang na kulang kasi gutom ako lagi kasi puro gulay lang na nandun.
Or noodle. Pwedeng noodle.
Gulay, noodles, rice cake. So parang ako, na-feel ko yung hunger talaga for the first time in my life. Yung persistent hunger. And then if you want to budget for yourself, like you asked, so yun naman, binudget ko. Sabi ko, siguro 10, sabi ng friend ko, baka kaya na ng 10,000 won per meal. Mga $10 yun. Tapos, nung pagdating ko nga doon, kulang pala. So, I tried to do grocery din para makatipid, but hindi naman ako marunong magluto. So wala lang, adjust lang. But then, those will be your big life expenses. Yung isa pang additional na hindi ko na-foresee noon was transportation. Kasi ang ganda naman pala ng subway system nila.
Super!
Diba? Parang kahit anong kailangan mong puntahan, you never have to walk more than 10 minutes. Kasi lipat-lipat ka lang. Tapos with their one card, pwede mong bayaran yung subway kahit anong line. Tapos pwede mo rin bayaran yung bus kahit anong ruta. So parang ang saya. Saan ako nakaabot. Okay, but that's the thing. Yun lang, medyo nagulat ako kasi I take the bus every day going to school. So, yun yung medyo nabigla ako. But other than that, yung enrollment sa school, I can't remember properly. Parang ano yun eh. Halos, you have a fee for your portfolio. I can't mention because I can't remember na. As you have your, you have your enrollment fee per month. Yun yung mahal.
Oo.
Tapos, and then you also had a kit na, ininvestan ko na lang din kasi I studied in the Makeup Forever Academy. Tapos sobrang ganda naman kasi ng brand na Makeup Forever. So parang ako, sige, go na. Those were the expenses, planned and unplanned. Before I went, I budgeted, nasabi ko, parang dapat yung pera na meron ako is more than what I planned for kasi I'm sure things can happen there. So, kung ano yung feel kong budget ko, I made sure I had times 2 pala.
Tama. That's a good plan actually.
Kasi if my parents would not support me, nung kinausap, yun yung plan ko eh. If they would not support me, kasi hindi ko naman pinaalam sa kanila, I had to be able to make it by myself.
Tama.
So, yun.
Piniga mo ba yung
kong inipon sa corporate?
Yun. Yun ang tatanungin ko eh. Piniga mo ba yung ipon mo? Kasi it's no joke actually, di ba? When you want to learn more about your passion, you really have to give that intention talaga na mag-set aside ng money. Especially, tama yung naisip mo na, especially if your parents would not give you the support na inaasahan mo sana. But buti naman, pinahiram ka rin kahit papaano. At least, diba? There's still something. But it's a good...
Oo naman.
It's a good thing na maisip din ng mga listeners na, if you really want something, then show to everyone na it's important to you. You give importance to it. You set aside time, money for it. Kasi eventually, people around you will understand why you're investing so much on that passion.
Put your money where your mouth is. Kasi sabihin mo, big deal yung K-beauty, napaka-importante nito. It's so scientific. It's designed for our faces. Correct. Pero hindi mo naman aaralin. Tapos, titingin-tingin ka lang ng mga Korean Instagrammers. Parang, it's not about classism eh. It's about like really investing no matter what you put importance to. how can you say that something is important if you're not willing to put money on it, diba?
I agree, 100%. That's how I feel also with aromatherapy.
Kaya nga, ikaw, I know connect tayo dito, diba? Kasi ang dami mo ring classes eh. Hindi ka tumitigil.
Correct, correct. And I think it's, for us, no, it's a continuous way of learning. Kasi, di ba, if tumigil ka dyan, after, 6 months, 1 year, may bago na naman. Ma-outdate na yung mga alam natin. Since your class with Makeup Forever, have you enrolled with any other courses for makeup? Kasi ang dami niyan, di ba? Parang ang daming style or something. Meron bang mga ganun sa K-Beauty makeup world?
So after that, I focused muna my first year coming back here. I focused on gathering experience naman. Kasi when I was there, I was focused on parang technical learning. Here, I wanted to experience naman. So I tried a lot of things, editorial shoots, beauty shoots, people going to events, simple events, bridal, wedding, and actual creative theatrical work, ganon.
Oo nga, nakita ko na sa special effects ka, Tel. Ang galing nga eh.
Yeah, ano siya, it's a whole new beast. So parang feeling ko, it's fun to do sometimes, pero hindi ko na lang siya gagawing specialty. That's not where my heart is, unfortunately.
Where is your heart right now? Anong klaseng makeup ang pinaka-forte mo?
So after everything, I really like yung personal makeup education. That's why I do a lot on the side of my mindful makeup workshops. Kasi gusto ko talaga yung idea na teaching women how to individually study their faces and with the least amount of effort, enhance their own beauty. Kasi napansin ko before I went to makeup school, in the Philippines, we're so exposed to American media and culture.
Right.
And you are what you consume eh. People cannot help but adhere to American beauty standards. And to me, it feels like a mask that does not fit you. Kasi, like, sila ang hilig nila sa medyo fierce na kilay.
Right.
But then, pag ginawa mo sa atin, it doesn't suit kasi yung brow bone natin, ibang-iba sa brow bone nila.
Tsaka yung space, di ba? Yung eyelid natin, ang liit.
Oo, yun pa. Even our eye socket is shaped kasi ethnically, we're different people. So, Caucasians, typically deep set yung mata nila. Asians, typically, hindi.
Monolid.
Like yung flat siyang gano'n, di ba? Oo. Even Filipinos who are not monolids, yung mata rin nila are not deep set madalas eh. Yung parang nakapatong lang siyang gano'n.
Galing.
Flat set lang siya. So, if nakita mo kunwari, an American, kunwari si Jeffree Star, nakita mo siya na cut crease siya. If you apply that cut crease technique to an Asian eye, ang off niya, di ba?
Tama.
Pansin mo, ang parang okay, anong ina-achieve mo? So, it can be done, but it requires so much adjustment and so much effort on us. Tapos on the other hand, napansin ko yung K-beauty, sabi ko, ba't parang wala naman silang ginawa, pero ang ganda nila.
Di ba? Natural lang, di ba? Na parang, blooming ka lang, ganun. Ganun yung effect ng K-beauty, di ba? Ang galing.
And that's because I noticed that Koreans, yung mga beauty standards nila, they don't try to be American or French. Kasi sa kanila, gandang-ganda sila sa French doon.
Correct, sobra.
But parang may fascination sila with this, diba?
Ever since before, like in the 60s, 50s, ganun na raw doon.
Parang, I think it's just like, kumbaga, if there are Western people that are fascinated with Japanese culture, in the same way, diba? May parang ganun na fascination yung Koreans with French.
Correct.
So, yun nga. But even though they admire, they recognize that their face shape and skull, eye shape are different. So yung beauty standard nila, they actually created and enhanced their own, which is what I want to happen here in the Philippines. And it can only happen with education. Kaya unti-unti, I'm trying to build avenues for women to explore their own faces. Kasi, okay, if you like cut crease, if you like American style makeup, that's great. You can definitely do that. But then, if you just want to be beautiful, if you want makeup to be easy, you need to be looking this way. You need to be looking at the Korean style. Kasi sila yung mas malapit sa'yo eh. Geographically pa lang eh, di ba?
Oo nga. Actually, alam mo ako, late bloomer ako sa makeup. I actually learned makeup when I was already 25. It's basically because I need to handle Virginia Olsen. But prior to that, as in, hindi ako marunong mag-makeup at all. All my college life, hindi talaga ako nag-makeup. I'm like lip gloss, powder, concealer kung kailangan, tapos. But I had to handle mineral makeup. Parang, oh my God, how am I gonna communicate with the people? How am I gonna talk about this kung di ako marunong? Parang, paano ko i-explain na ganito dapat? Meron V-shape, ganyan-ganyan. So, I had to learn. But at that time, tama yung sinabi mo eh. I think there was only one makeup school or dalawa lang dito sa Makati, right? There was only one or two. And then, yung parang, okay, I don't really need that. I just need something so that I know the technicality, the terms for it. So, I ended up taking a one-day course somewhere in Katipunan. Tapos yun lang. Tapos, it was very American. Tama yung sinabi mo na dito, weirdly, no? Pag when you go to, have you tried checking the Makati school?
Yeah.
Diba parang yung portfolio nila parang more on the American side? Diba?
Oo, diba?
Napansin ko parang, oh, wow. Pero parang, hindi kaya ng mata ko yan. So,
diba?
tama ka.
The styles, even the colors eh. Kaya nga, if you look at famous American brands na diretso na tayo sa States, yung mga color pop, ganyan. Correct. When you take their colors, readily, bagay siya sa mga skin tone nila, which is their biggest demographic. They're a mixed country, but they primarily serve to white women.
Whites, yes.
Oh, diba?
With pink undertone, diba?
Pink undertone. So, pag nilagay mo sa atin, na usually tayo, warm or neutral, parang
iba
it's
agad.
Too much.
Yes, iba agad.
Oo.
And dun pa lang, so if sa education level pa lang, you are acting like your education, yung POV mo is from a different place. How will you beautify the person sitting in front of you?
Oo nga. May disconnect
yun talaga
agad.
yung passion ko.
Ang galing. So, since then, taking up formal education and then garnering all these experiences, ano naman yung mga projects mo ngayon to carry on that advocacy, that personal advocacy of yours to educate people about K-beauty and, bring it closer to the Filipinos? Kasi parang tama yung sinabi mo, you have to understand and acknowledge na biologically, our face shape is very far from the Caucasian beauty standards. Ngayon, di ba, everybody just wants the Kardashian way of looking. Like, did you ever join that bus na lahat nagbe-bake, lahat kung ano-anong pinapatong sa face, tapos i-brush off? Nagawa mo ba yun? Or is it required for the Filipinos to do that? What do you think?
Ayun nga, kasi we are super babad sa American media, di ba? So, I have encountered a lot of instances na the clients themselves interested na sila sa K-beauty, but they also have this conflicting expectation of seeing an American process. Na K-beauty is all about natural skin, like almost transparent skin. But then, they ask for K-beauty, but if I don't bake them, which is a very American technique naman, parang they get shocked na parang, dinadaya mo ba ako? Bakit nagsiskip ka ng step? Ba't hindi mo binibake yung under eye ko? Baka tumagos yung eye bags ko. And it's an uphill battle, but every person that sits in front of me, I can educate them na, no, this is another way. Try to open up kasi the K-beauty that you idolize, they do it this way din naman. So, tingnan mo lang. Trust the process. Ganon. So, everyone that sits in front of me, if I can educate them that way, I do it. Hindi ako tinatamad. Kasi this is what I want to do. Hindi naman ako just gonna show up and get paid. Diba?
Correct.
Oh, of course, I love getting financially rewarded for it. But I also want to form people's minds na parang, this is another way, this is easier, this is simpler, ganon. And this really suits you. And if you really want K-beauty, hindi mo ma-achieve yung K-beauty look if I bake your under eyes. Kasi with that very, very small detail and just that one step, natatanggal na agad yung K-beauty look. So, it starts with one person. And if people have word of mouth about, if they share what I share with them, then that makes me so happy kasi at least even if the older people are more difficult na i-change yung opinions nila, if these people talk about what I talk about, then at least generationally, mas iba na yung younger generations. And I'm seeing it happen. Even, I don't attribute this to myself, but ever since the beauty social media has grown, di ba tayo, when we started, kilala natin lahat ng bloggers, tayo-tayo na yun.
Correct.
But now, there are almost no bloggers, there are so many YouTubers,
TikTokers,
so many Instagrammers.
Correct.
And when they all share knowledge about makeup, na the younger people, ang ganda na tuloy nila mag-makeup. Like when I scroll Instagram, all these 12 and 14-year-olds.
7-year-old, grabe.
Diba?
Anong ginagawa ko sa sarili ko?
Exactly. Kasi grabe, Jerby, 20 years old na tayo. Mukha pa rin tayong ewa.
Ako. Mas lalo na ako. Mid-20s na ako noon. Eyeliner ko, struggle pa rin.
The earlier bloggers, we took the hit talaga eh. Tayo yung mga first foragers. Tapos wala pa tayo alam, but syempre we were posting. Tapos when I look back at my older pictures.
Diba? Parang wow, raccoon eyes pa ako niyan. Pero Kerry, post pa rin.
Tapos walang kilay.
Oo nga, noon. Grabe, when I look back at my photos 2010, oh my God, wala akong kilay, wala pang microblading. Mukha akong alien, mukha akong ano. Hindi ko na sasabihin name, baka maano tayo.
Wag na, let's not expose ourselves.
Correct.
So yun, I don't attribute this to myself at all. I'm just saying na if people speak up about beauty, you can educate everyone, especially the younger generation, na parang, yan, tinan mo sila, like ako, mukha pa akong zombie nung mga 14 ako, but then, they can take fire selfies na talaga. Ang ganda-ganda nila. And that's good. That's good for them.
Ang galing nga.
So yun, that's why I'm really trying to create so many avenues for learning. I do podcasts, I do open and closed group workshops, I do solo workshops. Even in the pandemic, ginawa ko siyang online format. Kasi I think sa climate ngayon, people are really like more interested in investing in themselves. Diba? Kasi parang na life is short tayo eh.
Correct.
Kasi parang mga tao parang what am I doing with my life? And some of them are discovering new hobbies or new interests, and it comes in the form of beauty rin.
Tama.
So that's, I'm so happy about that. People are really looking into their, kasi beauty is, for many people, it's something that you do every day. So if you invest in your beauty habits, para siyang exercise na the more you learn about exercise, the more fulfilling it can be in your daily life. And I look at it the same way, the more you train and the more you learn about beauty, the more fulfilling it can be in your daily life.
Tama.
So, you seek education in different avenues, podcasts, YouTube. I wasn't able to do a lot of YouTube recently, but I'm reviving my channel. I do Instagram a lot. And then, yan, yung Mindful Makeup podcast and workshops.
Oo nga, ang galing. So, curious ako, no? In your years ka na rin nagma-makeup professionally, right? How many years na ulit?
Since 2017.
3 years plus. 4 na. So, in your years of doing professional makeup, was there an instance na parang na-okray ka? Hindi sa na-okray, pero parang sinabi ng client mo, the one sitting in front of you na, wait, parang yun nga, nag-adhere siya sa Western, that you really had to, put your foot firm on the ground and tell her na, hindi kasi mas ganito. Can you share with us an instance? Pag kasi may nakita akong pinost mo before na parang meron kang issue na parang gusto ba ni client na dewy, pero parang naging oily ang explanation niya. Parang ganun ba? I saw your post something about that.
I hindi naman. I can't remember that incident that you're referring to, but I do have a lot of, parang instances na hindi kami nag-match. And I think like in any customer service industry,
I don't like to fight. I mean, you know me. I have sharp words.
Yeah, pero your personality, you're so chill and so I'm sure hindi sila ma-offend.
My words can be quite sharp, so I don't like to use them that way with people. But yun nga, like my advocacy, everything can be tackled by education. So if somebody asks me for like K-beauty, tapos this is very common with me particularly, advertising K-beauty looks. If I deliver K-beauty, madalas nabibitin yung mga tao Kasi, syempre K-beauty, it's very sheer and natural. Tapos parang when it's finally on them, they do feel na siya, na kulang siya. So, I try to get at the root of what they're feeling. If they are insecure about something, I adjust to them. Kasi although, paglalaban ko kay beauty to the death, but beauty is personal and ako as a professional beauty deliverer, I cannot deliver beauty if somebody is not feeling well about themselves. So if may insecurities nila, na feeling nila ang putla nila, hindi ko na ipaglalaban yung K-beauty versus Western. If napuputlaan sila, I'm going to add color to their face, even if it's no longer K-beauty. And that's fine. Kasi beauty nga is personal. It should be about what makes them feel the beauty that they display outwardly. So, i-connect mo yun yung internal and external. And you have to allow them the chance to warm up to the look. On the other hand, if I do notice that the person is just parang tagilid lang expectations niya, I try to explain na, okay, ma'am, but if I add shading to your eyes at this point, hindi na siya masyadong magmumukhang K-beauty ha. Baka mas magmukhang American na siya. And then the choice is up to them. So sabi ko, gusto mo pa rin ba ng K-beauty or would you like to edit it? And then, yun, sila na bahala. Usually, if they realize na parang, oo nga, parang dalawang magkaiba yung hinihiling ko. So parang, when they realize that moment, then they more clearly define na parang, hindi, gusto ko pala talaga ng K-beauty. Let's stick with this. So, ganun na lang.
Galing. Alam mo, Tel, may naisip ako. Maybe you can run like a series of videos on your YouTube na parang one subject, so one person, gagawan mo siya ng K-beauty. Tapos take a video or side-by-side photo with that same person pero naka-western naman. Tapos parang do it with different people kasi para makita na kayo, morena, tapos medyo fair, tapos singkit, tapos hindi masyadong singkit. Para makita nila na parang, di ba, it's a very visual comparison side-by-side. Parang fun.
Yung na idea niyan.
Oo, only you can do it. Only you can do it.
Diba? Tama ka eh. It's a visual thing. Sometimes people can't imagine.
Correct.
Na yung dalawa nilang gusto is magkaiba yung itsura.
Diba? Saya.
Like sight.
Pero Tel, curious ako, no? How did the pandemic affect you? Like with your classes, with you, as in, ikaw mismo, yung personal time mo, with your businesses, how you handle your time, how did it affect you, yung 2020? And how do you expect 2021 to be different or the same?
So for 2020, the biggest change in my parang work days is before, labas ako ng labas. Every single time you book me, I go to the venue. So now, with everything in quarantine and events not happening, wala na yung lahat. But then, in a way, at first I was so nervous kasi parang I was still building my name I'm constantly trying to build my name. Pero syempre, if I have to take a break from that, I was so afraid na parang, what if malaos ako? Or, di ba? What if my career dies?
Mm-mm.
So, in order to address that, I had to find a way to parang pivot talaga, like everyone else. So for some industries, that's easier. For us, it's so hard kasi everything we do is face-to-face.
Correct.
So with that, I focused on my social media channels kasi, alam mo yun, if I let my makeup work stop, then it just dies. Then it dies. But I said to myself, total, you want to educate. Why don't you do that in your, in your social media channels? So, ni-revive ko yung, naging active ako ulit sa mga Instagram. Ganyan. And then, I finally had the chance and the time to start my mindful makeup workshops. So, online series siya of online workshops. You have an initial 3-hour session. Because I'm a big believer in education, I know na the first time you pick up something mentally, meron kang learning period, may learning curve. So part of my program is after 2 weeks, I offer a free 1-hour checkup session para makapag-realign tayo na if ever you fall into bad habits, gusto ko siyang i-correct. So, yan, di ba? Kasi, pag iniwan mo yung tao sa first session, you can't really affirm what they're doing right.
Correct.
So, with that second session, I affirm what they're doing right and I correct what they're not doing well. And I do this with open groups. Yun yung naging pinaka-successful so far. But I also do closed groups in case na barkada kayo and you have a schedule that you want in mind. So, yun na yun. Go na kayo. Group learning is really important. At first, I thought it would be my, parang whatever lang siya. But group learning is really important kasi for a lot of people, if you really dive deep down into a certain topic, it can get intimidating.
Yeah.
And if intimidated ka, a lot of people freeze up.
Correct. Wala kang papasok sa head mo.
Oo, and they can't participate. But if there are 3 of you, you can not only, hindi mo lang put at ease, but you can also see everyone else and you can observe what they're doing and take that as your own learning experience. 'Di ba? Kasi mo sila kung may ginawa silang mali, hindi mo na gagayahin for yourself. Correct. Or if you see them doing the right habit or the right technique,
gagayahin.
Oo. So yun, groups siya. I've also done it for 2 brides na. So this was so fun for me kasi I have a love-hate relationship with bridal work. I love bridal work kasi it's the funnest day of people's lives.
Correct.
So hindi mo na ka nagtitake ng bridal work ngayon kasi because of the very real threat of COVID-19. So sinabi ko, i-offer ko na lang siya as a workshop, especially for other brides who agree that they want to minimize contact with other people at this time. So, ang nangyari naman doon, I do their workshop. And then yun, they ask me for advice online after the workshop. Tapos, nagsisend sila ng photo sa akin of the day. 2 na sila. Tapos, I'm so proud kasi of course, I feel like I can do better. But what they did for themselves is so nice. As in, ang classic. And if I saw those bridal portraits in a random home, hindi ko na siya lalaitin.
Wow, ang galing.
Walang kapintasan. Like, they did so well and I'm so proud kasi one of them was a complete beginner. As in, girl, nag-workshop kami. So, it was via webcam, diba? She picked up the brush. Tapos yung hawak niya ng brush was like bata na unang humawak ng ballpen. Tapos parang, oh my God. Parang, Lord, give me strength. Kaya ko parang 3 hours.
Ikaw yung kinabahan no?
Oo, parang oh my God. But yun, like, talaga, I think
because I really like educating. Nagawa naman ng way, and I can be very clear with people, even if I'm not with them face-to-face. Tapos yun, her portraits were so nice. Sobrang timeless ng mukha niya. Sobrang classic. And I'm like,
ang sarap ng feeling. No?
Oo.
Alam mo, that's the biggest compliment as a teacher, na parang pag nakita mo yung student mo, who can really deliver and execute something na tinuro mo. Especially ngayon na mas mahirap kasi lang ngayon lahat online. Mas mabilis pag face-to-face. It's easier to correct, to give your comment. But when it's online, parang, my gosh, extra challenge yun. And the fact na natutunan niya yun, even from far away, ang galing, ang sarap ng feeling.
So, doon ako na-affirm na yes, possible talaga tong online workshop. So I'm doing them now monthly, and it's filling up pretty nicely. Our next open group filled na siya. It will be on January 23 naman. So
malapit na yun. Fully booked na.
Booked na siya. So happy about that. And then as for other avenues that I'm trying to start and just to continue educating with, yun nga yung podcast. So thank you for inviting me. I'm so glad you're giving me this platform to share my advocacy talaga and what I want to do with my profession. Hindi nga ako sanay kasi sanay ako na ako yung nag-i-interview. So medyo, this is an adjustment.
Hindi naman, nagkukwentuhan lang tayo.
Fine.
Yes, you are. At saka, I really want you to share your project so that our listeners can also sign up with you. Kasi I'm sure naman, babae rin tayo one way or another. I mean, a lot of girls that I know, since the pandemic has started, all of a sudden, biglang ang daming time. All of a sudden, hindi nila alam kung anong gagawin nila sa sobrang daming time, especially yung mga single women out there. Iba kasi pag may family and kids, right? But for my students who are single, like me, wala pa namang pamilya na kailangan asikasuhin, all of a sudden, biglang ang daming time, and a lot of them got into depression kasi parang, some of them even were retrenched. So parang, being exposed to classes like what you do, it really gives them not just a boost of confidence, it gives them a purpose. Like, diba? Something to look forward to.
Yeah. Kasi parang, sobrang iba ng quarantine lifestyle eh. So, I think if you I take classes rin ngayon kasi you feel so stagnant at home. Whether introvert or extrovert ka, I think that's a big deal talaga na nakaka-affect, diba? So, ako, I also take classes din. Yung mga parang podcast, o mga audio classes lang, na to update my makeup knowledge. And then, yun nga, I purchased a few classes to update my makeup knowledge. Yung iba naman for my parang business knowledge. Kasi, diba, with social media, a lot of it can be done intuitively. But if you want to do it well, you have to, study.
Correct.
Ako, I don't aspire to be famous. I don't want to be an influencer with like endorsement contracts. I only want the voice because yun nga, I want to reach out to people and educate them about looking at your own beauty and enhancing easily what's right there in front of you. Not by putting on a mask imported from the United States.
Tama. Ang galing. Ako naman, alam mo, during quarantine, ang new hobby na na-pick up ko is coffee home brewing.
Oy.
Before quarantine, I don't even drink coffee. So, yun, I also took classes. Nag-workshop ako in Quezon City. Tapos, ayun, meron akong coffee group. Ngayon, tumitimpla-timpla na ako ng pour over, the one you see in K-drama, ganyan-ganyan.
Oo.
So, now,
ganda ka I love your coffee timpla setup. It's so aesthetic. Yung scale mo, gusto ko yun.
Oo nga. Kaya yung mga friends ko, pag kunyari gusto nilang mag-come over, visit, ganyan, timpla mo naman ako ng kape. Tapos sabi ko, wow, feeling nyo naman, ang galing ko na talaga. Ikaw, is there anything?
Naman, feeling ko, eventually, someday, when it's no longer this dangerous, I would love to try a coffee from you. Feeling ko masarap siya talaga.
Titimplahan kita ng Ethiopian coffee, ganyan.
I look forward to that.
Pero etong pandemic, is there anything that you put your mind into or, meron ka bang bagong hobby na na-pick up? Or did you just focus on your business and your makeup? I want you also to talk about your business because I think it's fascinating. I want to show all the facets of you, not just being a makeup artist, but meron kang hobby na I really, really love. Could you please walk us through that?
Okay.
So randomly, because when the quarantine started, sobra ko na-bore and I got into TikTok. Kasi it's the funnest social media right now.
Yeah, me too. Nung quarantine lang din. TikTok.
Oo, perfect quarantine social media kasi
nakaka-addict, di ba?
Girl, I'm only on Instagram like 10 minutes a day max. Tapos yung TikTok, umaabot ako ng 6 hours. But anyway, I got addicted to TikTok. So nakita ko iba-ibang hobbies ng mga tao and I got so into resin kasi I find it so beautiful. Like, gandang-ganda ako sa kanya. Whether you use it clear or you put color in it. Like, parang ako, wow, ang ganda nito. Gusto ko siyang gawin. So ako, as an artist, I don't know, I don't even consider myself as an artist. Pero,
you are, come on.
Totoo ba?
Kaloka, girl.
Hindi, joke lang. Oh my God.
Edit out.
Nag-pause na and exit yung mga listeners. Hindi, so ano siya. So, natuwa ako sa kanya, gandang-ganda ako. He said, I wanna make it. So, nag-start ako na I just took up a batch to make for my friends. Tapos parang habang binibuild, pine-prepare at ginagawa ko yung para sa friends ko. Kasi gusto ko lang gumawa ng a few tapos ibibigay ko and then that's it. But while I was letting those materials come in and cure, na-realize ko na parang shocks, gusto ko pa ito gawin. Hanggang sa lumaki na siya ng lumaki. And when I started, yung parang stock room ko was just under my mom's tea table. Tapos ngayon, meron na akong 5 rack at 4 rack na shelf doon sa gilid na where I keep all my resin and my decoration. Kasi wala, it's so fun. And I think if you really do what's natural to you, and you just parang try to do beautiful things. Like, kaya I question if I'm an artist kasi insecure naman ako na, ano ba to? Maganda ba yung ginagawa ko?
Ganda, ano ka ba? Ganda kaya nung first collection mo, I saw it, and then now you're on your second or third ka na yata eh. The first was the pink, right?
Okay, so humble brag. third collection lang yung na-post ko kasi yun lang yung kaya kong
ipakita
okay. Muna. But I've been doing so many commission works na doon ako nabubuhay actually. So, hindi ko lang siya masyadong pinopost kasi parang ako, wait lang guys. Tama nga. Tama nga guys, hindi ko na kaya.
I only have 2 hands.
So, I don't post, I post little by little para I can handle the orders. But I take so many commission works, which is really nice for me.
Please post.
I enjoy it
It's
so
your
much.
portfolio, Tel. Sayang yun.
Alam mo kasi, even at this point, I have to delay na some orders. Tapos parang, like I feel bad telling somebody na, this will take 25 days kasi I'm booked na, gano'n. I can't deliver any earlier. So parang I feel like I'm disappointing them.
Hindi. Don't feel bad kasi those who really want you, they will wait. That's what I've learned in my years of teaching. Those who really want you or want to work with you, they will wait.
Oh, sige. Sige, post na natin.
Oo, sayang yun.
Yeah, so yun nga, parang that's been my sideline for the quarantine, which is nice kasi I was really down talaga about the loss of events and the loss of shoots and the loss of the bulk of my career. But yun nga, when I did resin, it also gave me the opportunity to say na I love doing this, but it's not what I want to do with like 90% of my day. So it also gave me energy to do what I really wanted to do talaga, which is yung workshop. So the only thing stopping me with the workshop lang naman is I'm intimidated of not feeling a class, of alam mo yun, not delivering. But then, sabi ko, kung ito ang resin ginagawa ko, I should do the workshops then. So, it hand in hand, those two things really helped me cope with the quarantine talaga.
Oo nga, ang galing.
Diba? The workshops fuel my resin. The resin fuels my workshop. So parang, okay, I'm in a happy place right now. I get stressed then. I still have my weekly breakdown session.
Ay, sana naman, your 2021 gets better. Sana wala nang ganun.
I think okay lang naman. Kasi I'd rather be stressed from doing the things I like than be stressed from doing nothing.
Tama, I agree. And as long as you fuel your interest, you'll be fine. Diba? Na parang, tama yung sinabi mo na. Ako rin actually, we were on the same boat for a while there during 2020. I stopped kasi my work, like workshops primarily, has to be face-to-face. Tapos nag-quarantine. Tapos may mga client akong taga-probinsya na hindi makapunta. And then I can't take it against them, so I had to refund. May mga ganong eme ako. Grabe, stress na stress talaga ako noon. Nagbayad ko sila. Correct.
I know that feeling. And I hate it also.
Some of those binili ko na. Binili ko na ng raw mat, ng supplies. But I can't take it from them. I would feel bad kasi, diba, they needed also the money. So, I had to give it back. Tapos, nag-stop the entire business. Also, our retail operations kasi walang malls. Nag-stop. It was a big loss for me. And it's something that nagkulong talaga ako. Ayoko makipag-usap kahit kanino. Kaya for a while, there's nothing. No, with anything. Kaya ako napunta sa coffee. Kasi yun yung parang naging avenue ko to distract myself, to learn something new. So, parang yun yung naging resin mo. But ako, I didn't earn from the coffee thing, no? Pero, it's something na parang, I need something fresh. What else is there for me, diba? I need something fresh na hindi ko talaga alam na gusto kong pag-aralan para maging okay ako ulit. So, for you, it was resin. And imagine, dahil dyan, I guess dahil dyan sa low point mo, you were feeling bad about your makeup industry. I guess your makeup works. It bloomed into something really pretty, Guys, kung hindi nyo alam yung resin business ni Teltel, i-plug mo na ano yung resin account mo so everyone can check it out.
Okay, please check out the Instagram account at Handcrafted by Telly, Tellie. Makikita niya sa feed yung limited collections ko. And then, abangan niyo yung stories because that's where I post like 90% of what I finish.
Oh, ang cute. You should, put photos na of your previous mga deliveries para portfolio mo.
I should, no. Kasi parang ang sad nung 3 collections lang eh. I mean, it's okay. It's aesthetic. Pero, it's not everything that I've done.
Oo nga. Ayun, so that...
Alam mo naman, sorry, I just wanna say, kasi ang hirap talaga as a creative.
Correct.
Because I was talking to my other makeup artist friend about this the other day. Share ko lang, parang, it's so hard kasi with social media, pinadali niya yung parang pag-publish mo ng work mo. So there's this expectation to have a lot of output from creatives. And then, sanay na tayo sa ganon that we forget that, for example, the Mona Lisa from Da Vinci, meron ka isang alam na Mona Lisa from Da Vinci, but for us, we pressure ourselves to produce Mona Lisas every single day.
Correct.
Na, di ba, hindi naman natin alam, hindi natin nakita lahat ng scratch paper niya na sinunog niya.
Correct.
Tapos parang tayo, ako at least, I'm so hard on myself na parang, this picture may unting shadow na hindi ko in-intend doon, or may alikabok yung resin sa dun sa isang kanto, tapos sarang dahil doon hindi man na ipopost. But then, I think tama yung point mo na it's your work, it's your portfolio, you should post it.
Tama. Tsaka, alam mo, yung mga micro criticisms mo na umabot hanggang sa single out, it's because it's you, it's your eyes. But for sure, to other people's eyes, they will appreciate it 10 times than how you feel, di ba? Hindi na nila nakakita yan kasi parang to them, it's the whole picture, it's the whole creative output. Ikaw kasi...
We are our own worst
tama.
critic talaga.
Exactly. So, I would like you to post it kasi, syempre, I mean, people will see it. People will get encouraged to get in touch with you and tell, who knows, please, gumawa ka rin ng resin workshop. It's something you should consider.
Oh my God. Oo nga. Alam mo naman tayo, mahilig tayo mag-geek out, no? So at least like we are at an authority to speak.
Correct. And yun nga, also, your portfolio will speak something with your range, yung range mo. So parang nice yun kapag ma-post mo. Kasi what if may tao na gustong matutunan yung ginagawa mo, yung style mo. So yun, they know na sa'yo siya matututo ng ganon.
Alam mo, tama ka. Kasi like, if a picture with isang alikabok sa kanto will get me farther through the door than no picture at all.
Correct.
Tama ka talaga.
So, ayan.
Mamaya na, mag-post na.
Busy ka na mamaya yung video mo, gagawa ka na ng schedule para dyan. So, don't worry everyone, kasi I will put all Crystal's link here on the podcast. I will put everything so you can get in touch with her. And she's really one amazing person. I've known her for years, as in. And I've known her since content creator, blogger pa lang ang tawag nun hindi content creator. Plain and simple. Blogger lang talaga kami noon, ganyan. Tapos naging vlogger, naging YouTuber, ngayon content creator na. But what's good about Tel is, it doesn't stop there. She is also a professional makeup artist. Are you affiliated with Makeup Forever ba? Or you have your own
No.
No affiliation.
Hindi nila kami ina-absorb. They just educate and then bahala na kayo sa career nyo.
Correct. Ayun. But Tel is a graduate from Makeup Forever, which is a very reputable school all over the world. Tapos, she's now venturing in. And with that, she has a lot of pathways na pwede kayong i-educate about makeup, especially for you girls who are looking for something new to learn for yourself, to enrich yourself, to invest in yourself. Yan, meron si Tel mga workshops that you can join. And aside from that, ito nga pinag-uusapan namin, yung isa pa niyang interest that I think should be encouraged. Sometimes kasi kulang lang kayo sa affirmation na maganda yan, you should post it, you should throw it out to the world because it's really nice. Ayun, so everyone, please check out Tel's Handcrafted by Telly. Tama, right?
Yes.
Handcrafted by Telly. Andun yung mga resin creations niya. Ang gaganda, as in, it's very girly. It's in a really, yun ang kulang ko actually. Alam mo ako, I do so many things, but hindi ko siya nagagawa ng isang theme. I think it's something that comes with age. Yung mga kabataan talaga magaling magpaganda ng Instagram, may theme, may ganyan. It's something that I cannot.
Yung kabataan nga actually yung ginaya ko dyan Parang for me, I'm very sabog with Instagram.
Me too. Parang picture post, okay na yan. Yung mga kabataan parang, wow, may layout. Wow, may color tone. May filter. Ako walang filter kasi parang, ano ba ito? Ano ba yan?
Oo. Basta post.
Correct. Basta let it out to the world, pwede na yun. Ayun. So, yun, Tel is really one amazing and talented woman that you guys should check out. And I guess that's all, Tel. Thank you so much for giving us your time. It's a really good and fun hour to start off my season this year about passions. Last few words that you would want to invite them to.
Okay. Thank you so much, Derby, for your super duper kind and encouraging words. Thank you for sharing your platform with me. Para nga, I'm so passionate about educating people, and I think today's conversation, it's really like gives them a peek into how much deeper beauty can be. So thank you for that. Thank you for letting me speak that. Guys, yun nga, as Jerby said, if you're interested in what I do and what I share, you may follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active, at Beauty by Telly. And then you may check out the link in my bio. It's a wait list for the Mindful Makeup Workshops. And if you want yung resin naman, it is at Handcrafted by Telly. That's all linked there in my Instagram bio. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Thank you so much talaga for guesting, for agreeing to have this call with me. I had so much fun learning about your experience. Also, Korea is very close to my heart. Kaya nga sobrang na-impress ako actually nung nakita ko na, wow, si Tel nasa Korea na. I mean, it's something that I cannot do. Kasi parang, Good luck naman, mag-aaral pa ako ng language. Ilang beses na ako nakapunta doon, puro, kamsamnida, mashita. Ganun lang ang alam ko talaga. Nene, ganun lang.
Yun yung kanina pang recurring theme talagang food.
Oo. Kasi diba, they're very also hospitable. Kasi when I go there, we stay at a friend's place. Tapos talaga, they cook for us. They dine us out talaga. I mean, ngayon ko lang nalaman na sinabi mo na meat is not everyday. Kasi when we're there, they bring us talaga to lamb. Lamb na Korean barbecue na parang, wow, walang lamb sa Pilipinas. Akala ko naman na parang it's common for them. Pero now that I've learned from you na it's special.
Deal pa yun.
Oh, special pala.
Oo, kasi parang okay, pag may special, let's go Korean barbecue. But lamb is even a bit more expensive than so yun, parang may pagka-Pilipino sila in that way yung hospitality through food.
Super. Tapos yun nga, they let us also stay in their room pa. Yung talagang sila pa yung mag-a-adjust. So parang, wow. Kaya nga ako, I learned mashita para I just appreciate all the food.
Oo, para may maigante naman, no? Kakahiya.
So, yun. Thank you so much again, Tel. And I hope that you enjoyed and see you around.
Yes, sobrang fun. So, see you online, Jerby. Yung mga kape-kape mo, I'll just imagine the taste for now.
Sige. Bye! Thank you, Tel.
Bye!
So, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode here on my podcast. To receive updates or new episode alerts, don't forget to follow us here on Spotify. Or to get more updates from me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at HappyOilerPH. And I'll see you on my next Live Well with Aromatherapist, Jerby Go.